Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is the pilot for the No Huddle Hustle show. Just kind of testing it out, seeing how it goes, getting used to walking and talking, Ain't really used to doing this. I ain't never really did no streaming or any kind of shit stuff like that. So like, I have to learn how to watch my mouth too, That's something we all need to do probably anyway, right? Better vocab etiquette. So I'm just walking and talking out here in beautiful Florida, palm trees and type things everywhere. Looking like it might rain here in a minute, which in Florida, that's kind of natural. It's just beautiful days, and then the rain come out for a minute, hits you with a hot one. A hot rain, right? Ain't that something? But yeah, so, just wanted to walk and talk, get used to it. Maybe go over a couple of things that, I'm working on myself. So one of the things is going to be the No Huddle Hustle show, which is basically going to be geared around, a lot of us have good ideas, right? We're some great thinkers, right? I mean, for us who actually, read, study, things like that. So we have great ideas. We have, concepts we might want to share. And so we start looking into it, right? We look into it. Lots of research. But sometimes that's where we get stuck at. That's what I've noticed. We tend to get stuck at the research stage, right? You want to make sure everything's right, get everything going. Try not to get the addresses, the street names on here. I don't need y'all trying to find me and shit, Sometimes, brothers be doing good or people be doing good, and you give up too much info. You got them others, the undesirables that want to try to locate you. But you don't want to locate me. You don't want to locate me, bruh. So, but anyway, back to the topic at hand. So, yeah, so we get to researching, checking stuff out, making sure we got all our, things lined up, making sure we're doing the right thing, going about the steps properly. But we get so worried about making sure that's right, we never actually start taking steps, right? You're in the huddle, right? You're in practice. You got to get used to taking some steps, making some moves, right? And that's one of the things that I've had to do, because I'm very much a researcher. I love research, and I love, figuring out stuff that I didn't know and deep diving into topics, especially things that I'm interested in, right? Trading, options, all that type of stuff, right? Hustle stuff, right? Getting on auctions, buying stuff, reselling it. And so you get caught up in that whole, well, let me check it out. Let me see what it do. Or what's the best way to go about it? What's the best software I should get? What's this and what's that? And so the No Huddle Hustle concept came from, you got to sometimes Brady it, Brett Favre it, right? Call everybody to the line. Keep running. Let's go. We ain't got time to, y'all done practice. Y'all know what we got to do. Just get out here and do it. And we're going to take some steps. And this first play we run, it might not even get us nowhere. It happens. Can't even lie. It happens. But that ain't nothing. That ain't supposed to stop you. It ain't supposed to be a barrier. I mean, you're learning, right? We're all learning. So worrying about them first steps being too proper will get you to never take them steps. And I've had to learn that myself. And I'm still learning it, right? Because, nobody wants to make mistakes. And that's actually a bad thing. Not the mistakes, the not wanting to make them. That's the part, that's the bad thing, right? And so, but by the way, too, this is my new little cam holder thing I ordered. Look, this is part of it, right? I ordered this little cam holder, phone holder thing 2-3 weeks ago, right? Because I wanted to start doing this. Literally, I just put this thing on here today. I had to basically say, okay, look, no huddle. Put that thing on there, man, and get out there. Start practicing, doing your little videoing and stuff like that, right? Don't worry about how you look on the screen and is your voice gonna be right? What they gonna think about me once I upload it? Forget all that, man. That ain't what it is. Because y'all don't care about how I look. You don't care about if the camera's a little crooked or any of those kind of things. But you want to know is what I got to share, right? Or what people got to share, right? So worry about what you have to share, right? And then start sharing. Don't worry about if you're saying it in the exact perfect way. The people that need to get it and that want to get it, they'll get it, right? And as you do it more and more, and as I do it more and more, I'll get better at saying it, getting better at finding ways to get it across. This is what I was trying to get to you, right? I know I did a video the other day, and I was saying some stuff, but I was stumbling over my words, and I'm not sure you guys got it. This is me just saying an example. But I'm back today, and this is the proper way I should have said it to you, right? So boom, don't erase the video that you did the other day. Go ahead and upload it, and then on the next one, fix it. go ahead and go and touch on some of them topics that you was talking about that maybe you feel didn't quite get across right? So one of the things that I would like to talk about, oh, you hear that thunder? Let's see if we can get that cloud up there. You guys see that cloud? That's crazy talk, right? But there's a lot of stuff going around now that one of the things I want to talk about in my whole pilot show here, so to speak, is a lot of health experts, and people and even the average person, right? Me, you, people that do research a lot, right, are starting to find out things about health and all kind of things. And one of the things that's coming out, which is really, really interesting, people are starting to say, and they're backing it up with proofs and evidences, is the new word is receipts. A lot of the health issues that we seem to be having, suffering from, kids and all these things, and besides the whole jab thing, but it's actually parasites, worms. So all these different things, these ailments, are actually being caused and worsened by infestations of the different types of parasites, worms, germs, whatever you want to call them, that we are being invaded with in our bodies, right? I mean, in the sense of whether it's the food, like not most people, but a lot of people know that, pork, right? It has worms in it. You're supposed to cook your pork all the way because of that, right? But they're not realizing that those worms are parasites, right? They're just, it's got worms in it. Well, worms are parasites, right? And they're also proven that even cooking it, right? You cook the pork all the way, and it's not a guarantee that you're going to kill all the worms. These worms get inside you, and they dig down deep, so to speak, and they hang out in there, and they cause issues. And so that's a problem. That's a problem. But what's crazy too is I've noticed, even when you start to inform people of some of this stuff, this is a beautiful park, by the way. Even when you start to inform people of some of this stuff, they be like, what? They even agree with you and be like, yeah, man, that's crazy. And this goes for a lot of different things too. It's not just about, this particular subject, but they don't make any steps. That's what this kind of the no huddle hustle show is kind of about. It's not just about making money, but it's about when you learn something, once you get into the studying aspect, of course, always research, study, do that. I'm not saying don't do that. That's before the game. Once you get in the game, make plays, make moves, get stuff done. But what I'm saying though is, you tell people stuff and you're not doing it for your benefit. I'm already taking dewormers and wormwood and black walnut husk hull and all those different things, right? And they agree with you and be like, yeah. And you even tell them what stuff to get and how to take it so they can clean their body up, right? And they never take the steps. They never do nothing. They don't clean themselves out, right? Same thing like with your mind. You can't just believe in everything somebody tell you. I hope you don't, right? So when somebody gives information and they're not getting any benefit from you, I don't have any products to sell, not along this line, right? I mean, I may in the future, but if I'm telling you, or someone's informing you about something that they're receiving no benefit from, and you even can see the receipts, and it makes sense, what's holding people back? What's holding people back from doing something about it, right? What holds people back from taking action? And see, for me, that's always been a weird thing, right? Because for me, when it comes to what I learned and taking action from what I've learned, I've never had a problem with that. I mean, that's it's ingrained in me. That's that whole no huddle hustle. Now, the things that I'm talking about, like business related and things like that, is where I kind of, really working on the jump in, right? But back to this. Look at this water, man. Look at this pond. Is this pond beautiful or what? Let me see if I can get you guys a good view. This is totally awesome, right? Got the birds and stuff out here. Big old long beak sucker. Can you see him? I don't know. I got the phone flipped the wrong way. I ain't even looking. But I'm going to go sit down at this park bench right here so you guys can get the back shot of the water right here. There's a couple birds. And just chill out for a second. But I don't know. It's like I don't want to say a mental disease or anything like that, because I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's something that keeps people from acting upon their own best interests, right? Which to me is a real odd thing, right? So, I mean, that's just one of the topics. Like I said, this is the whole pilot show, so it's not really, meant to. It might be too bright right here. I don't know how you guys can see me. I guess I might want to take another walk to somewhere else, but just go ahead and take a look at this beautiful park. All right, beautiful park and beautiful water over here. But let's go find some shade too, because it's Florida, so it's humid as can be, right? You see, I got my old American hat on, but you know what? Let's talk about this hat. Actually, let's go ahead and talk about this hat. What's on this hat? You see that? What's that? You guys believe that's the American flag, right? This is the American flag? This ain't the American flag. You've been lied to. We all been lied to. This ain't the American flag. I can prove it to you too. I got receipts, as they say. This is actually the American wartime flag, right? This is not the American peacetime flag. The original flag. This is the one that they put up on the pole, right? The flag pole, when we were at war. It's just never come down. I wonder why that is. Have we just never stopped being at war? Or have we never undeclared a state of war, so to speak, right? We declared war at some point, and so, the war flag went up, and then we just never undeclared, or, it's kind of a weird thing, but this is the wartime flag. And I'm going to show you the peace flag another time, because I don't happen to have that hat on. But yeah, so and it's like these kind of things. We're walking around living lies, and for the most part we don't know it, but then we're informed about it, then we don't do nothing. We don't do nothing, right? And I'm speaking for myself too. I don't do everything that I know I should do, especially in a timely manner. I'm getting better at it, right? We got to get better at these things. Man, I don't know if y'all can see that cloud over there. Let me see. See if I flip this phone real quick. Or, excuse me, the view. It doesn't want to seem to flip for me, or whatever. I'll see if I can turn around and see if you guys can see all that craziness up there. It's looking wild up there, yo. It's about to get a good rain here. I'm probably end up getting wet before I get back to the house, but that's fine. I'm out here on my walk. It's warm. A little bit of water ain't gonna hurt, right? I'm from Seattle anyway, right? Where it rains all the time. So, yeah, like I said, this is the pilot show. So I'm just rambling on about different topics, getting used to holding this thing and getting familiar with it, and just out here enjoying the day. In the middle of the day, by the way, too. Everybody at work. Everybody at work. I mean, everybody that go to work, right? I don't go to work. No, don't get me wrong. I work. I work very hard. I don't go to work, because I don't have to go to work. I mean, leave the house if I don't want to, right? I don't have to go to someone else's work, I guess would be the better way to say it. I don't have to go to someone else's work, right? Like a lot of us, I'm able to earn a good income, right? Off of my own 2 feet, right? Off my own mind, off the internet, right? Hustling, side hustles, whatever you want to call it. Like one of the things I do, get on these old auctions and whatnot, right? And just pick up things. Pick up something that you can find at a good price, right? Good shape, good condition. Go ahead and snatch it up. Because if you like it, or even if you don't like it technically, but people do like it, if you get it at the right price, you can make a good dollar. So that's one of the things I do, right? I sell gold, silver, coins, collector's coins. I got the little website called Gold Silver Collectibles. Things like that, right? Lawn furniture, stuff like that. But yeah, this is a new thing to me, and I got to get used to it. But I don't think it'll be a problem, because I'm pretty good at getting used to things that I want to do. Once I do it, right? Back to the whole start walking, right? Get your feet moving in the direction of what or where your ideas are going, right? Don't let your ideas be the only part of you that's at your dream or chasing your dream, right? Because you do that, you just keep dreaming forever, like that walking sleep, right? Great ideas. I know a lot of us got really good ideas. And the problem be sometimes too is you'll share that idea with somebody, right? Oh man, yo, check this out. I got this idea to do this and this and this. And you're kind of, in the back of your mind or subconscious, however you want to look at it, you're kind of looking for a little bit of, yeah, man, that sounds good, bro. That'll work. Or, it might take some work, but yeah, you should check into that, man. Really do that. Some support or something, right? But then people kind of don't, they're like, yeah, mm-hmm. And that can be discouraging, right? In the sense of like, damn, well, they don't seem to think it's that cool of an idea. Is it actually going to work? And that's not even really what it is, in the sense of it's not a good idea, it won't work. It wasn't their idea. It didn't come from inside them. So they don't feel it. Not like you're supposed to feel it. So one of the things that I've learned, and of course we all got things that we learn and we know, that doesn't mean we do it 100 right like we're supposed to, so is hold them ideas close. Like a vest, right? Put your vest on, your vest of ideas, your vest of interests. And you do what you got to do. And don't share. Don't share. Because you want to know why? Sometimes people don't show interest in your ideas because they don't really have that many good ones themselves that they can turn into something. I guess you could put it that way. So therefore, you having a good idea that you want to turn into something, and even a game plan about going about it, subconsciously or consciously, it turns them off because they're like, well, shit, I can't think of nothing to be able to sit here making some money from my mind as opposed to my hands. I used to build houses, so I don't use my hands too. I used to build houses, remodel houses, so hold them ideas close, yo. Don't share with everybody, because if they have negative thoughts about your idea, negative thoughts about you because of jealousy, envy, any of those things, right? That's energy, right? We're all energy. So now you got a good idea, you're trying to bring it to life. And those people, maybe the few or maybe the one that don't feel it or even feel negative about it, they're now thinking negative about you or the idea, or both. And so now those energies, they find you. They don't got to be standing in front of you with a negative attitude like, yeah, I don't like that idea and I don't know the hell with him, it ain't going to work, for you to get the negative impact of that. It's energy. Energy goes from here to there. And I don't even think it take time. Like word, you got like the sound barrier and the speed of light, if that's even real. But the speed of energy, I don't know if you heard of quantum mechanics and quantum entanglement, right? Things can be in two places at once. You could do something here and it instantly appears over there with the effect, but that's another topic another day. But so yeah, just hold those ideas. Don't share them all, because you don't need people sending energy your way that's not going to be conducive to get you to where you need to be. And that's the truth of the matter, right? It's just hold it in close. Make it come alive. Breathe some life into it, right? And then once you got it working and you've built up your confidence in it and you've got some backing behind you, in the sense of you're at the point to where it don't matter what nobody say. This is what you're going to do. This is what you do. This is what you're doing. And whatever level of degree of success or however you measure it, once it's successful to you and you can show and prove, so to speak, maybe then go ahead and start sharing things, right? Not necessarily like, oh, I'm making this much money from it, but, just the concept of the idea and the fact that it's successful, maybe, then go ahead and share. But in the early stages, I had to learn that too. Don't share ideas, yo. Hold them tight. Not unless you got like a tight group of people or one or two good people that you're actually going to share this idea because it's something that you guys are going to maybe work on together, right? Work on together. And I'll give you a good example of that. And this is going to give you a little bit of background into my history. Probably sharing too much on this pilot, but after high school, 94, going way back, given my age. After high school, 94, living in Seattle, right? Northwest. Not too far from the Canadian border. Man, you know that cannabis is legal now, right? Cannabis is legal now. Well, it ain't always been. It ain't always been, right? And so, let's just say, I've been in horticulture for a real long time, right? I used to do a lot of growing of vegetables and herbs, right? You hear me? And we had a rule.